take
very
care of
personal
business.
and private matter.
Very
Hopefully
personal
everything worked
matter.
out well. Yep. All right. So, this is kind of interesting to me, at least. They have different tests you can do, for personality and whatnot. But I guess a popular one, I feel like is somewhat popular. This Myers-Briggs personality test. And so, quick rundown. It's an introspective self-report questionnaire that indicates differing psychological preferences and how people perceive the world and make decisions. And it enjoys popularity despite being widely regarded as pseudoscience by the scientific community. The test attempts to assign a binary value to each of 4 categories: introversion or extroversion, sensing or intuition, thinking or feeling, and judging or perceiving. 1 letter from each category is taken to produce a 4-letter test result representing one of 16 possible personalities, such as INFP or ESTJ, and so on and so forth. So that's just a kind of high-level rundown of what it is. And someone had told me about this a while ago, and so I was like, yeah, I'll
It's
take
cool.
one. Yeah, I'll just take one and see what it is, because then just to see, okay, I'm going to read about it and see how I feel as far as what it says about my personality, if I agree with a lot of the high-level summaries of it. So I'd taken it a while ago.
If you feel like it's kind of correct or not.
Yeah, no.
It's accurate.
And for what it's worth, I felt like mine was eerily spot on with at least how I see myself, or at least how I feel like I think and approach life in general, and just a lot of my behaviors and thought patterns. And so I guess
likewise.
Yeah, so to start off, I guess mine ended up being
Yeah, likewise. I mean, to what you were saying, it's like mine was pretty. I also think mine was pretty similar to how I am.
Did you? Yeah, I'm not sure how much you read into
Just
like,
a little,
video,
just
so
like
we'll see. So let's see.
I don't know how I didn't go as deep. I don't feel like as you're going here.
Yeah. So.
I read the initial summary on it.
Yeah.
There were a few things that I didn't quite agree on.
Yeah, and I feel like too, it's I feel like at the end of the day, like some of the questions you had to kind of ask.
Well, they were vague in general.
And so
and
you
again,
have to,
that's why it's pseudoscience, but it's a decent way of.
No, it is. It is.
No,
it was more right than it was wrong.
Yeah.
And it was, So keep going. Yeah.
So I got INTJ. An architect, I guess they got all these cute little nicknames for him, but I don't really care about that. So this saying it, personality trait with introverted, intuitive thinking and judging traits. Okay, it's pretty vague, but some of this here. So intellectually curious individuals, deep-seated thirst for knowledge, value creative ingenuity, straightforward rationality, and self-improvement. I mean, that could summarize a lot of people, but consistently work towards enhancing intellectual abilities and often driven by an intense desire to master any and every topic that piques their interest. I definitely do feel that way.
Yeah.
Logical and quick-witted, pride themselves on ability to think for themselves, a canny knack for seeing right through phoniness and hypocrisy, struggle to find people who keep up with their nonstop analysis. When they find like-minded individuals.
The nonstop analysis of everything around you is that is actually pretty spot on. Do you ever notice how it bothers you when people it's like, no, I haven't, but now I do.
Yeah, ever skeptical, prefer to make their own discoveries. I agree with that. I always definitely like to try things, figure out, aren't afraid to break their rules or risk disapproval. I would tell you a new idea isn't worth anything unless it actually works. Yeah, I want to be successful, not inventive. Yeah, that makes sense. There's one. I definitely strong independent streak. Don't mind acting alone. In fact, they prefer their own company most of the time. Perhaps in part because they don't like waiting around for others to catch up. I don't agree with that, but I definitely agree with liking to be alone.
He does.
Yeah, people with this person often have no problem making decisions without asking for anyone else's input. Definitely. It'd be a mistake to think that we're not caring. Whatever the stereotypes are about a stoic intellect, they feel deeply when things go wrong. When they hurt others, they are personally affected. But they do not always value emotion as a decision-making tool. They have a very hard time relating to people who lead with their hearts, but are still authentically human. It's goofy. That's exactly how.
That is you.
He's like, look, Stephanie, I love you.
Yeah,
but you have no reason.
Because it comes across as uncaring, but actually feels a lot. It's like that. I feel like that's pretty spot on.
Accurate.
Extremely concept student knowledge can be single-minded, little patience for frivolity, distractions, or idle gossip. They're far from dull or humorless, are known for their irreverent wit. Beneath their serious exteriors, they often have a sharp, delightfully sarcastic sense of humor. I feel like that's pretty spot on.
That is.
aren't known for being warm and fuzzy, prioritize rationality and success over politeness and pleasantries.
You're warm and fuzzy.
That's why you buy super glue for people.
Exactly. You get a gift from me, it might be super glue. They do create social interaction. They just prefer to surround themselves with people who share their values and priorities, blah, blah, blah. Imaginative yet decisive, ambitious yet private, curious yet focused. Yeah. So, I mean, I really feel like I feel pretty strongly aligned with a lot of that assessment. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool.
No,
so what did y'all get?
Me and him actually ended up getting the same thing.
Right.
I don't think there's any difference.
ENFP or something?
Hold on, I think I had it
all the way to the right.
ENFP.
He got A, I got T.
I got -A.
So yeah.
I think it's the same thing.
This is newer. I don't.
What's the difference?
Yeah, I can look at that after I see this first, just because the high level thing will cover both of you. So ENFP, campaigner, personality type with extroverted, intuitive feeling and prospecting traits. Tend to embrace big ideas and actions that reflect a sense of hope and goodwill towards others. Vibrant energy can flow in many directions. It doesn't interest me what you do for a living. I want to know what you ache for, and if you dare to dream of meeting your heart's longing.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
I don't really give a shit about that.
The heart longing thing. Like,
yeah,
but
I might have some artistic
I do feel like for me,
well, no, I know, but it's like I really don't.
I mean, this whole description thing is kind of corny.
Yeah,
but you can take out of that, if you think of the meat of it, does what someone does interest you for a living? Not really. You care more about what they're into.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Same here. So that's why I said I do agree with that.
Yeah, free spirits like going open-hearted, open-minded, lively, upbeat approach to life, stand out in any crowd. It could be the life of the party. They don't just care about having a good time. Profound depths are fueled by the intense desire for meaningful emotional connections with others. Yeah, I mean, and I know Chris has been. I don't know. You've been affected by people, so I think there might be a lot of these that are true in you that you just don't exhibit.
Much. I know what you mean. Like, it's like it's just something that's like, it's there where it's like, you just kind of.
It's the magic of everyday life. ENFP personalities carry an interesting blend of carefree sociability, sparkling imagination, and deep contemplative introspection. I mean, I can see that in both of you.
Yeah.
Regularly use their natural curiosity and expansive creativity to try better understand themselves and complex dynamics of human relationships.
Yeah, that's
truly devoted to nurturing relationships. With their I think
I mean that it's like
I mean
so
that
far,
for that
it's
being
like,
I think so the fact that you would always reach out to me even though nurturing just like something like that I won't nurture a relationship and be that way but it's just that's like you value a friendship enough to where I could see that being that
where it's like one of those things where it's like I don't ever want it to be where it was like I didn't think we were cool anymore because you didn't hit me up and it was like what you fucking thought that
and let's see, wonder and belief in things cannot always be explained rationally. I could see.
Talking about Bigfoot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very true. There's all the crap you're just talking about with interesting like conspiracy theories or just
urban legends and stuff. Yeah,
it might be silly, but you're more into that.
I enjoy
it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's not something. It's
truly
enjoyable.
Believe that everything and everyone is connected, and they live for the glimmers of insight that gave for these connections. I know of Mikey. I definitely probably thinks about everything being connected.
I do think everything is connected.
I feel like
to an extent, but I can see Mikey that a little bit more. But again, internally.
That next one though.
They believe how that we treat one another really matters. In fact, ENFPs are the most likely personality type to believe in the concept of karma.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, because I will definitely ride past you and laugh. Wait, we literally just talked about this. Somebody cuts you off in traffic and hauls ass down the street, gets pulled over. Yeah. He's like, I'll definitely roll down my window and be like, haha, fuck that guy. It literally happened to Mikey, and the cop was like, hey, just keep it going, buddy.
Yeah, he almost hit me and caused 2 wrecks and then ended up getting pulled over, and I was just like
I hope down the window and I was like,
I was like, you got one.
That's funny. So ENFPs are independent and creative, always on the lookout for the magic and meaning in everyday life. They can't help but ponder deeper significance in life, even when they should be paying attention to something else.
That's definitely me because it's like
that's definitely you.
Because people are always trying to, and it's just I don't see it as, again, any of these things. If you take one of these, that's the one thing to keep in mind.
Yeah.
None of them are better or worse than the other.
Exactly.
It's simply
what I
just
liked
like
about
it's
this.
simply just kind of how you see
Yeah,
things,
it's
and
not
it is kind of
saying,
interesting. And not any of these are better or worse than the other, but it's like it is good that at the end of the day we should have a healthy mix of these. You don't want everybody to be the same.
Exactly.
You know?
And it's just like the balance of these different traits.
Yeah, it's
That's what I'm
interesting.
saying. And
And for
people
it to
could
be
be
a
like,
pseudoscience, for it to still have been a pseudoscience, and it to be this kind of accurate.
yeah. But that's the thing. It has to be a pseudoscience for something
Absolutely.
that's addressing things like intuition,
Yeah.
Yeah.
perception, like things that are already
can't be-
subjective. That
Yes.
can't be objective. Of course.
True.
But that's why it's like, and
No,
a lot of
that's-
people could hear these descriptions and be like, well, I could see myself being any of them. And be like,
Yeah,
to an extent.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you are going to see. Well, and especially
What does
like
it
the
say
best
about
traits
the
of any of them.
differences?
No, I want to read through this real quick, and then I'll look at the differences.
Okay. I didn't know you were.
I just want to scan it through. Sounds good. Something
Independent.
sparks their imagination. They show enthusiasm. There's nothing short of infectious.
Like guns.
Yeah. They find themselves being held up by their peers as a leader or guru. Okay, yeah, definitely. However, once their initial bloom of inspiration was off, ENFPs could struggle with self-discipline and consistency.
True.
Losing
Me.
steam on projects that once
Yes.
meant to mean
Me.
so much to
I'm
them.
always like getting shit, and I
A
get
new
new
project,
project.
yeah.
I've got you, dude. Yeah, 100%.
Seeking joy, personality.
100%.
And that's the thing, because I see these, and I don't really feel like I align with much of these at all.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit here and there, but I know this isn't me. But I
No,
can
yeah.
definitely see that being, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's where it's
exactly.
interesting to me,
Yeah,
because
you can
I
also
can see
the
where it actually
similarity. Like
seems
with
to have
us,
some
whenever
truth in
they
it.
were saying like some of that stuff about being alone and whatnot, it's like, yeah, that's like Matt, you know.
yeah, and that could be anyone
Yeah.
too, you know, but to be like a key point or, you know, a dominant seeming trait of their personality.
Yeah.
Proof that seeking out life's joys and pleasures isn't the same as being shallow. Seemingly, in the blink of an eye, people with this personality type can transform from impassioned idealists to carefree figures on the dance floor.
Man,
Yeah,
I'd be
that's definitely more Mikey than
Yeah,
me.
yeah, using a dance.
I'd be getting out there and cutting rug, dude, for sure.
Using dance as an
don't
example.
know
That's
what
very
I
true.
just pull up my pants and do the rock
Yeah.
away.
Lean
Capable of
back. Hey,
intense
each
thought
his own.
feeling and also able to kick back and have a good time. Which that's pretty broad. That could be
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's very, I mean, even in moments of fun,
like to
they want to
party.
connect emotionally with others. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
True.
it's-
We all are.
Few
We
things
all
matter more
always
to
like
these than
making
having
friends
genuine,
and shit
heartfelt
like that.
conversations. Yeah. With the people they cherish. I agree. Like, that's great. I like having that, but I wouldn't say it matters more to me. I don't know.
No,
You
yeah,
know?
no.
Everyone deserves to express their feelings, and empathy and warmth create spaces where even the most timid spirits can feel comfortable opening up.
And see, and how do you feel right now?
See, you
I
like
feel
you're in-
I
you
feel
like you're in
vulnerable,
the
but I
trust
feel
tree.
safe.
You're in the trust
Exactly.
tree.
I feel like I've
Yeah, well,
exposed
that's 'cause
myself,
there's
but I
two of us.
That's
I'm
because we're
trusting.
There's two of
ENFPs,
us.
dude.
It's
It's
'cause
like
I'm
a trust
scared.
canopy for you to
Yeah.
fall into.
Yeah, we're
Exactly.
ENFPs, bro. You don't
I feel
know
like
that?
you caught me in a vulnerable,
God,
exposed
that's gonna be
state,
such shit.
but
from
I'm
years.
okay
We
showing it
planned
to
the
you.
whole
It's gonna be such shit when
I've
years
never
from now
done this
people are
before.
walking around. And
You
they're
guys,
like,
you need to be careful though. Your intuition might lead you too far much, to read too far much into other people's actions and
100%.
behaviors.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
You think I didn't know that
I'd
shit?
be like, this bitch is plotting on me,
yeah,
bro.
exactly. Yeah, you think I
Instead of
didn't know
simply
that?
asking for an explanation, they may end up puzzling over someone else's desires or intentions.
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe that.
Sounds like my last relationship.
This kind of social stress is what keeps harmony-focused ENFP personalities awake at night.
I thought it was.
It used to. Now I'm just like
I don't give a.
Any-
Now you're getting a little bit
no,
more like
now
Chris.
it's like anything.
Now you're getting a little
no,
bit
it's
brothers
not
over-
that. Not that I don't give a fuck. It's just that
Well, you're
I
not all
just
the way
don't
there yet.
sleep.
You're
now,
not all the way
really.
there yet.
My sleep is weird. I don't know for whatever reason.
Well,
I
yeah,
just stay
well,
up late. as
cocaine's a
shit.
hell of a drug.
No,
Like, we-
I don't know. I don't know. I stay up mad late.
ENFPs will spend a lot of time exploring different relationships. Yeah, you've been in all kinds of fancy. No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
And
I
ideas
have.
before they find a path that feels right. When they do finally find their way, their imagination, empathy, and courage can light up not only their own life but also the world around them.
No, man. I'm just.
All right,
like,
so let's see
I'm-
the difference in these.
Well,
two.
you know.
Yeah,
I
what's
am
the
pretty much
difference in the A and the
light
T?
bearer.
Because
No, what's
I'm,
Chris
I'm
about to
A
say?
and he's T.
Oh, I have nothing of value.
Chris-
I was just fucking
Chris,
talking shit.
It's okay. So, which one of you is A?
I'm A, I believe.
So you're an assertive campaigner, and Chris is a turbulent campaigner.
Oh shit.
Turbulent.
What the fuck that mean?
Let's see. Always free spirits with deep desire to connect with others. Whether assertive or turbulent, these qualities are still there. However, they won't look quite the same under the different traits. So let's see. assertive campaigners are not identical. Turbulent campaigner. Assertive campaigner. 74% of assertive campaigners consider themselves to be successful, compared to 50% of turbulent campaigners. So you're assertive.
Yeah. I'm 74%.
Yeah.
That's me. You're 53.
Assertive or somewhat more likely
Chris
to
is
see
like,
themselves as
he's
flourishing
like,
in
this
life.
is fucking bullshit.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that the individual turbulent campaigners feel unsuccessful. Turbulent campaigners were split into 50. See, some of this is too vague. What's
It's
even
fucking
mean?
stupid.
Yeah, so that's why I stopped kind of looking. Like,
All
I don't know when they added
turbulent
these
personality,
letters.
Turbulent campaigner more likely to consider themselves to be successful. Difference may be due to part of the campaigners' independent spirit. They're more likely
Yeah.
to decide.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit too into.
Steers may be given to those.
He sounds like that dude that was trying to read super fast for a second.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
pressure.
Some more assertive. 89% of assertives say they have a healthy ego versus 61%.
So
of
we're
turbulent.
the ones that say
So,
this?
but does that mean that
No,
we're
I
assessing
know I don't.
89% of you?
I know I don't have a healthy ego.
Do you have a healthy ego, Mikey?
I would like, and I don't know what, depending on how you think of it.
No,
I'm not super easily offended if people fuck with me or say something. I'm not like,
But are you like-
No, that's I don't have an ego, and in that sense. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
not
an
thinking
ego,
of
and
that
then
way.
I'll tell you I'm the shit. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that's.
I mean, I think we all have healthy egos,
Yeah.
personally.
yeah.
That's not a fragile. I
So
think what
you
Mikey
do you
was
see
talking
yourself
about
in a
is fragile
positive light,
ego.
assertive?
Do I see myself in a positive
Yeah,
light?
yeah. See, that's why I didn't really get
Yeah,
into these little.
this is
Well, and that's why I was saying
Uh,
earlier. I was trying.
suffixes.
So what I wanted to talk about earlier about this is like now that we've gone into it a bit, is like some of these things is that you have to just kind of answer it on like the knee jerk reaction of how you kind of feel. Because when I was looking at them, it's like
start
they
thinking
are.
about
Well,
it.
no, you realize how nuanced a lot of the questions are, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, technically, if it's this, I wouldn't really agree. It's like, but I think what it's trying to ask is this, so it's I would just have to answer. You kind of have to answer more along
Well,
those
that's why
lines,
they
but
gave you the
Strongly
Yeah, the
agree.
spectrum, yeah.
disagree,
Yeah.
but then
Su-
in
really
between.
agree. Yeah, no,
'Cause I found myself
absolutely.
neutral on a bunch of them.
Yeah, and I
dead
didn't want to
center
click
all the time.
neutral too much, and so
Oh,
that's why I was trying to like.
I was neutral on
Yeah.
85% of that shit.
So yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure the little suffixes have much value, but I think the high, the initial 4-letter.
No, it's
assignment.
very
yeah,
it's very.
yeah.
It's spot
I
on
agree
enough to
with-
be interesting.
I agree
think.
with like what you pulled up.
Yeah,
here on
just
it,
the
more
4-letter
so
score,
than,
what that
like,
means.
when,
Then the suffix.
Like the scroll. Well, the scroll.
Well, when you
through,
do it on
like,
your
when you
phone,
do
what
it
he
on your
means,
phone.
what he
Oh,
means
okay.
is when
'Cause
you
it
pull
was
it up on
like
your
more
phone, it gives you
this
like a
than this,
brief.
and it's like, I don't
Oh, okay.
that.
So
like,
yeah, I thought it was interesting.
No, it's
just
cool.
because I definitely know that INTJ, and like you can go on YouTube and look up way more in depth, analysis
it's
that people have
funny-
done. And I've seen ones where I'm like, I wanted Stephanie. I'm like, Stephanie, watch this, just because I feel like this. As far as if you really feel like it's a good description of your personality, it can help people understand
Yeah,
you better.
understand you more.
Yeah,
and
And I was like telling
Absolutely.
Stephanie, like, watch this because a lot of it talked about like desire to be alone, but not to mean that you don't love other people
Yeah.
and want
It's
them
like,
in your
I
life.
want you
But it's
around,
like
just not-
it's like part of just my core of who I am.
Yeah.
So it's like at least understand that it could be genetically. Not that it means I shouldn't still go
Yeah.
go out of my way to work and bend
Yeah, because for you
to be something better for you, but to at least understand, not to take it the wrong way, because it's like it's not that there's something wrong with you. It's like this
No,
is
you're
literally just
right.
how I am.
Yeah,
You're
because
right.
For her,
Yeah.
she wants you to be close. It was like, but for you, that's not something that is.
It's like the different love
necessarily-
languages
that's not how-
almost,
yeah,
you know?
It's like that's not how you show your affection. You show
Exactly.
but because you care about her, you understand it's important. You do.
I'm
that
willing to
for
do
her.
it. Exactly.
You know,
It's like
and
the
so, yeah, but
that
it's
does remind
the
me of like love
understanding.
languages too. Towards
Y'all are
like
gonna
mine
make
is
me
a
cry,
giving.
man.
I feel like my love language is giving
There's
or
that-
like active
there's
service.
That cry I've been feeling coming
Like
off
active
the last
service,
2
I
days.
think, because then there's ones that are just like time or
Yeah.
and things like that, to where it's like
Yeah.
my love language would definitely be like doing something or like
Same here.
giving or
Acts of
something.
service.
You know?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
acts of
giving-
Acts of
service and like,
fellowship.
and words of affirmation.
Yeah,
Yeah, words
Like,
of affirmation. That's a
Like,
funny one.
that
Words of
one's like-
affirmation.
Yeah. yeah.
Uplifted spirit. Uplifted spirit.
Go get 'em.
Said uplifting spirit.
You're back there
Positive
just,
vibes.
You're just back there hitting them with stim boosts.
Yeah.
You're the medic.
Oh, man,
So yeah.
that's good
So yeah, I
stuff.
just thought it was interesting. I just wanted to see what y'all's were, just to kind of be like, yeah.
No, it's funny too because I feel like I did one of these like 10 years ago, and I can't remember what it was I got on it, but it wasn't like this same stuff, you know, and how it like
Okay.
changes, you know,
Yeah.
over the years with like your perspective and, you know, just experiences and stuff like that. Where it's like you're telling Mikey, you haven't gotten there yet.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Which I hope you never do.